All right, we are live. Let's wait for some people to jump on this wonderful Saturday evening. Let's see as people come jumping on. Take a little bit here. I don't. Hopefully this streams well. I'm actually in a hotel, obviously. So let's see. Okay, good. It looks like some people are jumping on. That's excellent. Hopefully we are live to everybody. Let's see if... Here we go. Okay, now people are jumping. I see Michigan. Good. Takes a few minutes. Okay, good. Now people are getting on. I'm on a hotel internet connection, the best I could get. So hopefully it works pretty well. Ohio, Indiana. Good. Awesome. I missed everybody. I had to get on because I missed everybody. Okay. West Virginia, Melbourne, Australia. Love you in Australia. Wise, Virginia, Texas, Chicago, Indiana. Okay, good, excellent. San Diego, Buffalo, New York, Charlotte. Awesome. Very cool. Good. I'm just making sure that everyone's able to jump on. Yeah, good. Okay, awesome. I'm going to jump into this because it's not going to be a long one tonight because, honestly, I have not done the research because I've been at an event all day long, and it has been a crazy day. I'm coming from my laptop. I don't even have all my equipment, and I'm in a hotel room, so not the ideal lighting, but I definitely wanted to come to you guys because, obviously, posting a lot of information about what was happening today, and it's just a lot of fun. So Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, coming to you live from NorCal, Sacramento, California. I fly back out tomorrow, back home. I'm happy to see my family. But just to give you an update. So first of all, Sacramento, absolutely a beautiful area. I mean, absolutely picturesque, beautiful location. But the people here are a little scared. You saw my video earlier with Dr. Eric Naputi this morning on the coffee stuff, and don't worry, I try to support local businesses, but when a lot of them are closed, it's hard to do that. So it was right around the corner, easy to get to, but it was really good that it happened because it kind of gave us a snapshot of how people are reacting. I mean, keep in mind, I'm in Florida. I don't know all the states you guys are in. Obviously, you're in some very blue states, and you also have some very red states. I'm from Florida, where people aren't reacting that way down in Florida. People are pretty cool. The people here, other than that, are very good, very nice people. Everyone's been super courteous. Had a little issue with some negative people at the airport and the rental car, but that's also their job, and they're in a tough jam right now with what they have going on. But the actual people of downtown Sacramento, wonderful people. We got in last night very late. I was up till probably about 1 a.m. local, which is 4 a.m. my time, Eastern time. But when I travel to the West Coast, I do my best to stay up as late as possible to kind of reset my internal clock. And then I got up this morning at like 7 a.m. local. So all is good. Got together my chiropractic family out here. We have probably, by the time all said and done, probably 50 plus people out here. They're all like-minded. And then we went over this morning to the Capitol toward around noon. Actually went before noon. We were there probably almost an hour before. First of all, they had, if you actually go to Dr. Eric Naputi's page, I think it's on his page, he did a video of showing all the authorities, the police, lining up and marching onto the Capitol grounds. Now, I will tell you first and foremost, there was zero problems today. There was zero uprising, zero issues. It went off from a standpoint of safety standpoint, perfect. It was wonderful. There was thousands and thousands of people there. I don't know the final count, but there was enough people for the start of an amazing movement. And this is the interesting part. If you've seen protests before, you've seen deep state type protests before, and the grounds are always destroyed afterwards, tons of garbage, etc. The people today, I did not run into anyone at this rally who was not pleasant, classy, polite, respectful, all the above. It was absolutely wonderful. The amount of flags out was even beyond my expectation. I was getting emotional the whole time because they were singing the national. When I was interviewing Dr. Carolyn Griffin, they actually started. I didn't mean to cut that short, but they were they started the national anthem, and I'm very respectful of that. So I immediately killed the video, turned around, took my hat off. Obviously, everyone when they played it, you could literally you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was ready to go. Everyone loves this country that was there. There was don't tread on me flags. There were patriot flags. There were American flags. There were Trump flags. I will tell you, there was a lot of Trump flags. I didn't even expect that. People are waking up. There was a lot of spiritual flags, Christian flags, other flags. There was there were LGBTQ community flag. There was actually, so this is actually something I loved about this, right? And I've told you my opinion based on my lifestyle and what I like and everything else. And I've told you about my feelings for the different communities. However, there was actually a person here today that was flying a rainbow-colored "Don't Tread on Me" flag, who was wearing high heels, but he was a guy, and obviously gay. And let me tell you, everyone was wonderful to him. Everyone treated him with class respect. He was taking pictures with people. He was taking pictures with people who looked super conservative and Christian. Like, the beautiful part about this was, this is America. If you think that conservative or Democrat mean harm to their fellow man, you're completely wrong. It was absolutely phenomenal. Again, I saw him taking pictures with conservative old men, just like having fun and showing that they don't care your lifestyle. They don't care where you come from. This is about American patriotism. This is about freedom. This is about our Constitution, our human rights. And so it was wonderful, okay? I cannot say thank you enough to the amount of people that stopped me, who watched the show. I am eternally blessed for all of you. Every one of you was so sweet. We took pictures. Do me a favor, if you post those, tag me on them. I'll do my best to find those so that I will put them on my wall. I had a nice older woman and her husband come up to me very first, and I will tell you, it's a little weird for me because I don't really consider. I just consider me doing my purpose, my job, which is to spread as much freedom and understanding of our Constitution and our human rights and everything. That's my purpose. So it's a little weird having people as fans, but I really love all of you. It was so nice to meet every one of you. Again, I was stopped by a lot of people, and we just took pictures, gave hugs. And by the way, I'm a chiropractor. We hug. So you can, if you don't like that, we're huggers. So I don't just shake hands. Like, I get in there, I hug. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all of it. There were some amazing people there. So I met Greg Anderson, who was the police officer in Seattle, who was fired for being a constitutionalist and not wanting to carry out rules that were against his oath of office or oath of job. And somebody posted that he's a psyop. Let me tell you, I met him last night. I got a chance to talk to him. I talked to him today more. We'll be talking in the future. He seems like a very authentic, unique gentleman. He was fantastic. There are so many people at this thing. It was so peaceful. The music was tremendous. Everyone, I mean, the shirts, it was just great. The event seemed to go off without a hitch. The issue, the one thing that I see is this is not the end. The government there does not care. They do not care what the people want. Therefore, I'm telling this to California. I'm telling this to Michigan. I'm telling this to New York. I'm telling this to Ohio. I'm telling this to anybody who is currently having this problem, even maybe Pennsylvania. I'm telling you right now, you're going to need to keep doing this. Okay, you're going to absolutely need to keep doing this. Okay, because we're going to need to build the movement, and number two, it has to be consistent. So I don't want to let there's some things I think being planned right now. I'm not going to let them out because I don't want to keep mystery. It has nothing to do with that. I think there's some things that are potentially going into planning in the next few days in some different locations. But again, I don't want to market it right now, and I don't want to tell you what it is because I'm not the one originating that, and I don't want to blow up plans. But I will tell you there's some things being at least talked about. where this is going to go widespread into very important places, and it has nothing to do with going there and being mean, or there's like, it's literally, these were the most peaceful people I've ever experienced. I have never been to a ton of protests, and so I don't always know what to expect. We actually, myself and my colleagues here, we actually discussed last night and this morning before we went. We put a plan together that if anything bad was to happen, one, we stick together. Two, we basically disconnect from the situation and the scene. As long, we obviously make sure everyone's okay. If anything goes down, whether it's bad, whatever, we knew that we had each other's backs, and then we were going to get away from it, because not every one of us here is from here. And we also don't want to be getting arrested, getting into any trouble. We also don't want to give a bad impression of what's going on. There was literally nothing went wrong. There was no, I didn't even see anybody there for the wrong reason. I didn't see any negative. There was zero negativity. I mean, this was a beautiful event put on by amazing people. It was literally like a festival. So many, and it was everything from babies and little kids to elderly people who just really, really, really love their country. And so it was so awesome to see. All the speakers were tremendous. They're all freedom-loving Americans, everything from pastors to business leaders to politicians running. They love their state of California. They absolutely do. And I will tell you, whoever thinks California is dead and gone, there are some freedom fighters here, I will tell you that. And it was absolutely fantastic. There's plans being made for the near future, I think, to go even farther on this, and people are willing to travel, which is awesome. I met there was a musician here, and forgive me, I forget his name off the top of my head, but met them. Again, just tons of good people. And you do not need a majority of the people to create this movement. You need a silent, tireless minority that will not give up, will not give in, will do anything it requires. I will tell you, I've had people say, "Why did you fly to California?" And because I didn't have to, honestly. And that's not like discounting anything. I didn't have to. I got a call from my friend Billy DeMoss, and he said, "We need you out here. We need your voice." And so I at first said, "Okay, well, let me look at it." And I didn't know how big this thing was going to get. So we put it together, and a lot of people go, "Well, you spent 9 hours in an airport. You spent 9 hours. I'm going to fly 9 hours home tomorrow." But guess what? First of all, I'm used to traveling. I used to travel once or twice a month across the U.S., so that doesn't bother me. West Coast doesn't bother me. I like it. But this is the least that I personally can do for my country. Again, I have family who is military. My grandfather was a veteran. He's passed. An uncle is a veteran, and he was injured in Vietnam. And so this is what I can do, is create this show every night for you, create research for you, letting you know what's going on, and then I will jump on a plane and I will show up, and we will do our best to take this whole thing back. So that's why I have no problems getting on an airplane and making something happen. It was truly my honor, and I will tell you, I'm so glad that I decided to do it, because just the people that came up to me and said hello and say that they appreciate me putting this out, I just appreciated that so much. So it was well worth it, totally. And then some, again, great speakers toward the end. As the thing closed down tonight, they were just preaching that we are going to take our country back. And keep in mind, the other thing I noticed too, not only just the flags and everyone being patriotic, the vaccination topic has come to the forefront of this issue. There were people today that were carrying around signs saying that we will not get vaccinated. Bill Gates is not a good person, and we will not accept this as a society. That was so amazing. I am like, I love that the fact that this isn't just about a political movement. This is literally about a great awakening. This is about restoring freedom from a nation standpoint, also from a spiritual standpoint, but also from a health and medical standpoint. This is to destroy tyranny and to develop freedom again, and real freedom. I don't mean just like, oh, we're Americans, great, we have our Constitution. I'm talking about eliminating the banking system that is suppressive, eliminating the tax system that is suppressive, eliminating the medical industrial complex that is suppressive. I think being in California, again, I've always had this idea of California just being a little bit weird, I'll be honest with you. East Coasters don't always have the greatest viewpoint of the West Coast. But today, man, I met some people who were really great, but also even meeting people who I knew, even on the street, who I knew were more liberal, who just have different viewpoints than I do, but they were just nice. And so the only really weird problem we had today was the Starbucks, and that wasn't the people. The actual Starbucks people were very nice. It was just the system that got put in place for them. But I'm so excited for California because the people that I saw today were so excited and so on purpose to change their state. And I know they're not the only ones. I know that there are so many more Californians in this state that think like that I am actually not as worried about California. Now, I'm still worried about you under a dictator, because talking to these fine folks out here in California and getting to know them and as they talk about Governor Newsom and how he really is, yes, they are living technically under a tyrant who's also connected to Pelosi. But the people here, even the liberal people in California, they just want to live their life. And I will tell you, no matter what, at the end of the day, whether it's patriotic, whether it's male, whether it's female, whether it's not male, female, whether it's gay, lesbian, what I saw today was, I saw immigrants, I saw diversity, I saw the melting pot of what America's supposed. It's very similar almost to going like to New York City or a major city and seeing so many different types of people, and they all were on the same page, which was freedom, America, Constitution. And I will tell you, that is probably one of the most exciting things of today, was seeing how everyone was amazing. So we have to get past all of these. And keep in mind, this whole pitting people against each other. I mean, I keep on going back to, I didn't take a picture because I was too far away and it wouldn't have come out really well. But if you could have saw the picture or the sight of this gentleman dressed as a female with high heels, with a rainbow flag, "Don't tread on me," and it does not matter what you think about that lifestyle. It has nothing to do with that. Because ultimately, and again, I don't agree with that lifestyle. We've talked about that before, right? But I can understand and I can appreciate the person as a human being. And that person today was walking around, and they were literally super conservative people who I know definitely did not agree with their lifestyle, going up and taking pictures just to show everyone out there that it's okay and that no matter what occurs, we still love our fellow man, and that America really does. The media is going to do everything they can to pit us against each other. They want black and white to go against each other. The media has created racism. There was not one person in that crowd today that was racist that I could see, right? Obviously a lot of people, but there was black, there was white, there was Asian, there was yellow, there was brown, there was black, there was everything. There was gay, there was straight, there was everything. And they were literally, and no one was faking it. Like, you could tell, no one was faking. Everyone there literally felt love and appreciation for everyone else there. And so we had a blast, and there were, at least a handful of times that things got emotional there. There was tears falling, not because anything bad, but because this is a spiritual journey. America, and when I talk about America, I all due respect to all my viewers from Canada, Australia, Russia, China, Japan, I mean everywhere, no matter what country you come from. No disrespect. But patriotism is, yes, it's considered it's an American label, but it really isn't. Patriotism is love for country. You can be in Australia, China, Japan, Russia, you name it, and be patriotic for your country. If you're Russian, I want you to be a Russian patriot. And then you respect the other countries. As an American, I want to be an American patriot, and I will respect other countries. Absolutely. There was a spiritual thing to today that everyone forgot what color they were, what race they were, what religion they were, what anything they were. And it was literally only about the message of freedom, constitution, human rights, and not being controlled. That was it. And that is a spiritual experience. Everybody here, I mean, it was palpable in the air. No negativity, solely love and appreciation and pride. That was it. And so this must continue across the country. Because no matter if we think this war is won, and by the way, when I said the game is over, the war was won, what I meant there was, and I've talked about this a little bit, was the fact that I believe the good guys literally had the playbook, and it is a chess match. And the chess match has been won, but you still have to play the game out. I was just talking to my wife on the phone, and I said, when you're in a chess match, and I know how chess is played, but I'm not a great player at it. When chess is played, you can be 10 moves away from the end, but the game is already over. Meaning, one person has already won, and the other person has already lost, but the way the pieces are on the board, you still got to play out to the end, but no matter what that person lost has done, they've lost the game. That's how chess works. So when I say the war is won, I believe we have won the chess game, but unfortunately, you still have to play out the next 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 moves to finish the game, because the game has to end for us to start the new game. Okay? So that's what I meant by that. And this was truly today the beginning, I believe, of a completely wonderful experience where this goes nationwide to all the states that need it. And quite honestly, we even need to have events, not protest events necessarily, but we need to have events all across the nation, even in red states. We need, as Americans, to celebrate our American patriotism, our freedom, our pride for this country. Because one of the reasons we've lost so much is because we got complacent, right? We stepped back. We laid off responsibility a little bit. We didn't do what we needed to do. We need to put that back in place, and we need to get it so we never lose it again, okay? So I completely appreciate it. I'm not going to do a ton tonight. Again, I just wanted to kind of give you updates. I think I gave you, for the most part, everything that I can think of. I am so appreciative to my colleagues who are out partying right now, by the way. They're out there. They're literally on the other side of the wall, about 30 feet away. I'm going there right after this but we're ethically partying. We're all responsible people. We're all chiropractors mostly. So we stay healthy. So it's mostly, when we say party, we mean they might have a beer, a cigar, a glass of wine, but they're just talking shop, having fun. Most of the time we talk about chiropractic, we talk about healthcare, we talk about freedom, we talk about awesome stuff. And so that's where I'm going afterwards, is over there to join them. But I thank them for having me. I thank California. I appreciate everyone here, that you either live here or you came from a distance. Again, appreciation to everyone today who stopped me and said hello. You're all amazing, fantastic people, and I appreciate you watching, and I hope I always bring a ton of value to you. But I love everyone. It was fantastic. It was a great experience, and I'm planning to probably be on the road a little bit more based on what I'm learning and seeing today and who I talk to. And so from here on out, I am going to go out. I'm going to relax a little bit and talk and chat, and then I'm going to get some sleep. And I have a nice early flight because I have to fly all day tomorrow. But I will tell you, it allows me time to plan, strategize. We have another 6 months to go before this election, and even though it's said so often that this election is the biggest election in our lifetime, as far as we know, it is. And so when I say plan, I literally mean we all need. We can't be complacent. You can't sit back and relax, even though it looks like the president and maybe the military have things under control. We still must pick the ball up, take responsibility, and we must drive and steer this ship of America as well as all the other countries out there that are watching. We have to get behind them as well, and we must steer these ships directly towards the course of the winning path, because we cannot allow anything other than winning to happen. That's what we must do, and this is going to literally play out the next 6 months. I'll go into some more stuff maybe tomorrow when I get home. Some more things. I know there's some stuff happening. San Francisco had a fire today. We thought it was going to be a problem. It didn't end up being any issue at all. I don't know what happened. I haven't looked into it deep enough. I've been with friends in the rally all day today. I know that Joe Biden said something else stupid that was basically a racist comment, but whatever. It is what it is. We know that he's obviously not mentally well or stable. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. But I'm going to let you guys go for tonight because I just wanted to give you an update, and I wanted to thank everyone and give you like kind of a briefing on how amazing today went, how well it went, how positive it was. Everyone is behind you out there. If you're in New York, if you're in Pennsylvania, Ohio, you're in, what are the other ones? Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. If you're in one of those, Michigan, if you're in one of those states, California is behind you. California picked up the ball. You guys have no excuse out there. California is one of the hardest, most suppressed states in the nation from a government standpoint. And they picked up the ball today, and they're running with it. And they're not giving in, and they're pushing back. They're trying to recall Governor Newsom. Like, that's how important this is. So, if you're in one of those other states, it is time for you to pick up the ball. New York, pick up the ball. No more excuses. If I can get on a plane and fly to California and fly back 9 hours each way, you guys can do the same thing. You don't necessarily have to fly to another state, but get out and work for your state. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's President Kennedy's words. And guess what? Our ancestors, many of them gave their lives for this country. And yes, they were in wars that shouldn't have been fought. That's not the point. The point is they had the mental fortitude, the pride, and the balls to go out there and do it. And they gave us enough freedom to allow that Constitution to stay in place. All we're being asked to do is go to a rally around the corner, have a lot of fun, talk to a lot of amazing like-minded individuals, listen to some music, listen to some great speeches, and just push back. What we're being asked to do is so simple, so easy, right? So there is no excuse. Billy DeMoss came to me and said, this is BS that people are not willing to get up and go support. And I agree with him, right? I have now made a commitment to all of you that if I need to get on an airplane and head to a state, I am willing to do that. Obviously, the dates and the schedules have to align and everything because obviously I have a life and things too. But I was willing to come to California. I'm willing to get to where you are to help you do what you do. I won't necessarily organize it for you because that's not my world. And there's people that local that need to do that because you have certain local things you got to abide by, permits, possibly stuff like that. But I'm willing to do that because I saw what happened today. I saw my colleagues here who also stepped up, and it turned out to be an amazingly beautiful thing. And this needs to continue because this was American pride, and it was beautiful. And everyone got along. And not only just got along, everyone just literally, like, it was a human movement day. It really was. Everyone threw aside every other problem in their life, and they came together and they just loved each other. So, guys, that's it for me. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope, again, I bring value to you every time. If there's anything you guys ever need, anything you want to learn more about or know about that I'm not touching base on, please let me know. I will bring to you as much as humanly possible. I love this country. I love all of you out there. I love healthcare. I love bringing real, true healthcare to my community and even other states and other countries. I really do. That is part of my purpose, is to break you guys from the sick care matrix, the medical industrial complex, and bring you back, help bring you back to our ancestral roots of not only American pride, but also of health, of food, all the above. So have a wonderful evening. Let me know if you need anything. This is Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, signing off. I'm going to go out and play with my friends now and hang out, and then go home and see my beautiful family tomorrow, and back to helping people on Monday morning, and then getting ready for the next trip and the next project and the next whatever to make this amazing country continue to stay amazing. Have a wonderful night. Love you guys all. Take care of yourself and enjoy your Saturday evening. Bye from Sacramento. Bye.